So this is an overview video of my web viewer. I know it's supposed to be called My Web Viewer, but I left out the my. I didn't use the grid layout. I ended up using a linear layout in the vertical as instructed, sort of. I created two relative layouts in order for me to allow for the buttons to be a text on the left and a button on the right. For each one, that's the only way I could figure out how to do it. So when I did my text view, the first one, I created it, and then I made sure to come over here and right click, or just click on the little ellipse, and I changed it to make sure it had a string. And I did that for each one of my buttons and or text so that they all show up in the string file. So if I open up my strings file, you see everything is right here. And so to distinguish between my two Go buttons, I called one a Google and one a UCSD. So that even though there's two Google buttons, they aren't both Go. And then what I really wanted to do is we needed to change the background. So I went into the actual text and I changed my background color right here. And then once I'd done that, I really wasn't sure about my margins and everything, and I wanted to put spacing in between the website and then the two search items. So I decided I needed to do some kind of a padding, so I used a margin layout. I'm not sure it worked 100% like it probably was supposed to, but it looks a lot better and there's spacing, so it's not quite as cluttered. And then another thing that I did is I wanted to make sure when I was aligning them left and right that I used these parent start and parent left, and I had to put the left and the right in to do for legacy versus just using the start and end, which is current now at this time. So that was one other thing that I had to do. Let's look at it and see what it looks like when it runs. So mine takes a little bit of time for some reason, there it is. Now the one thing, like I said, I didn't really like is it's only blue on top, it's not blue down on the bottom, and it disappeared. I love that. So it's blue up here, and I wasn't sure how to make the whole thing blue. But when I click on Go, it does take me to the Google search site, and then I can go back, and on the UCSD, if I hit Go, it takes me to the extension website, which is awesome. So it's all right there, and then I can go back. Now, we did have to create an app icon. So what I did is I went out to find one, and I want to go ahead and show. Here it is right here. So here's my web viewer. So when I click on it, that's what's going to bring up the select a website. So how did I do that? Well, I had to add icons, and so here are the original ones, the launcher, and then mine is the web logo. And so I just went ahead and did all of them, I guess just kind of as a precaution, in case I wanted to test it maybe on a different device. So then again, I told you I already did the selected theme, so I went ahead and made it blue because that kind of goes in with Google's colors as well as UCSD extension. I thought the dark was a little too dark to see. And then as far as locking it into portrait, I think I did that with the orientation as vertical. I'm hoping that right there is the locking it into portrait. So that gives you a little bit of an overview of what I did, how I went about doing it, and what it looks like in the end. And like I said again, here's if you look on the main page, here is the picture I came up with. I think it's kind of cool because it reminds me of a globe and it's got other little things on there, but you still can see it, so that's really kind of cool. Thanks for watching.